This one gets a bit goofy.
Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. A sudden change in position. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about it that way in your own life? Me, obviously. Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself? Compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful. I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how do we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly? This is easy. It is so easy.
About halfway
it is
through the
so
game,
easy.
the perspective shifts.
Whoa.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Oh, sweet. What's going on with the background? Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. Just kidding. What if I'm not a good teacher? Nothing. No one.
I felt pretty hard for this one.
Perfection.
I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human.
Yeah.
I think about this game a lot these days.
Oh yeah, no doubt. All right, I need to... This moved way faster than I wanted it to. All right. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play The Beginner's Guide. My name's Fourmyle. We're continuing on with this episode, which I think is going to be the last episode, maybe not. I just wanted you to check out my hair. Look at this. This just happened somehow, and I kind of like it, but maybe I'll keep it, maybe not. I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, we're on to chapter 12 right now. So we're back with the chairs.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Weird sound for going on a wooden stage, but whoa. All right, the performance is beginning. Places, please. In this scene, you will be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against this wall. Good, stay right there. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It is your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Where's the bathroom? What are you doing? You're deflecting. You're not saying what's actually on your mind. Wise, happy, focused. Stop dancing around it and have a conversation with this person. Successful. Do it again. I am super scared right now. No. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment. I was confident. Maybe it's that you need to be Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot more people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. Do people bounce when you touch them? Oh, like a pinball. Oh, I like the little pizzicato violin that happens when you touch them. Cool. What are some of the sacrifices you've had to make? You're messing it up again. Whatever. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Dicks. But the stage was my calling. You can't take me away from my calling. Fine, I guess. I'll walk a lonely. What the fuck was that? Now this is working. This is what I like.
Eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer.
Is this gonna, oh, okay. Sudden
but
black.
What can you do?
Right.
After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Mobius trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. All right, I'm gonna keep my eyes closed. Oh, it's the thing. Shit. Why? Do I still have a gun? Doesn't sound like I have a gun. I'm clicking to see if I have a gun, but I'm just gonna keep moving around. I don't know what I'm seeing. I'll see it when I'm in editing, and I'll probably laugh at myself because I don't know what I'm seeing, but I can't. This feels really stupid. What am I doing? What's going on? Okay, we just. But why are we doing it again? Why are the sounds happening again? Did I win?
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise.
Oh, okay.
And there is a solution, by the way.
Okay, SS Whisper. What's going on? Oh, whoa, what is this? This is so weird. Please tell me how to solve this. Am I going to get killed by a giant door? Okay. Help, I'm blind. I'm gonna go down here. Tell me how to solve this. Are we going to crash? Research. How do I do the thing? Yeah, you're probably gonna get killed by a giant door just like, wait, god damn it. Oh, he's up there. Why is he up there? Okay, what's going on? Oh my gosh, I can't do anything. Please don't let this be forever. Okay, so there's a little hatch through here, and it takes me up. Cool. Truth. The only way to stop it is to speak something that is honest. I am bursting with creative energy. No, that isn't truthful. Screw you, man, that's me. I may not always utilize it correctly, but sure, whatever. All right, we're gonna go back down here. Help, what is going on? There we go. Okay, and then truth. The only way to stop it is to speak something that is honest. I can't keep making these. Yes, it's it. That's the truth. Ooh, it did stop it. I love that skybox. That's so much fun. It's draining me.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from?
I can't figure out how to say the
thing. Even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way. His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Dang. I'm enjoying this. I mean, I don't like watching Coda spiral slowly into depression and stuff, but okay. What is this? Now, for those of you that follow my music production, that's a porn breath. All right. Where did this island come from? More porn breaths? Okay. Is that a person? Oh, lovely. How did you make this music, Coda? Or, like, that's what I want to know is, did you just get the stock from somewhere? Because a lot of this is weird. When I try to create, I feel empty. Oh, no! Meow. Oh. I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me to start it again. These are very interesting artistic set pieces. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. You have to take me to it. Water sounds. Lots of water sounds. I could do that, but there's...
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration,
I hit 3 and it said deal.
Even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for? Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
I'll speak more to how I feel about that. Now just press the switch here. That was so simple.
Talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
I don't need the crying noises, but that's okay. 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 Why are we... I don't enjoy the crying noises, really. I don't... it makes me really uncomfortable, which is good for a game to do. Art should make you uncomfortable so that you can experience something that you're not used to, because we also...
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like... video games are not worth this amount of suffering. This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing
I'm
for me.
thinking 10 by 12 recessed electric 6-inch soft LED ceiling lights with fluorescent
I don't
trim.
know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything.
Dude, that's not okay.
But it didn't stop.
Yeah.
After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
I will talk about that particular set piece in a second here. All right, so I want to stop here for a second and just talk, and I'll watch the clock here while I'm doing that. Coda is treading into territory that I myself used to be in, especially after I graduated from college, and even before then, like before college, where you're kind of thrust into the quote-unquote real world and you don't necessarily know what to do. Art is an outlet for some, and it was for me. Like, making music and everything was something I clearly enjoyed, but like, kind of like Coda, there wasn't really a place for me to do that. It was never really a valid way to, it wasn't a way for me to seek validation. It was something that entertained me, but it wasn't something I'd ever considered doing professionally or seeking validation through work. And I'm kind of getting that vibe from Coda, where he's saying he's trying to have his work fill this hole of loneliness inside of him, and it can't, because it's not a collaborative work. It's not something that engages him with other people. Kind of like when I first started making music, I wasn't engaging with other people to do that. I was watching tutorials online, and I was, holing up in classrooms at school and making it myself, but I wasn't ever opening myself up to working with other people or engaging socially with other people. And that's why that last one really made me uncomfortable, because it reminded me of a time when I didn't open myself up to seeking out social encounters and stuff, when I thought I was much more comfortable being alone. And it took a long time for me to finally not so much realize that I needed social interaction outside of my work or play or whatever I was doing for myself, but that I could do that. So not so much that I needed it, as much as I had to talk myself into making the effort to do it, to overcome failure and actually, seek that out actively. So, ma'am, glad to see you arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin your interrogation. I intend to be brutal. Also, ma'am, issuing traditional gender roles of the typical gamer. I see it. Just be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing. Oh, okay. Being real self-referential. Wow, okay. Lots of press. So it feeds into his not so much fear of attention, but will he be able to live up to that attention? It sounds like, oh!
And of course, it's the machine.
The machine representing his creativity, I suppose. Or the whole, how his creativity fed his loneliness. You have to admit to the people that you allowed them to suffer. Oh, it's such a sighing, morose machine. No? Nothing? All right, then, I will speak to them for you. So hopefully, I'm hoping that this is Coda finally saying that he can't rely on the machine to fill that lack of engagement in his life. And I hope this is him going out, thrusting himself into the world. I really hope so. My friends, I have a troubling revelation. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. Loaded statement. But this is not important. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. Oh. Let us show it that we are not failures. Follow me, we will destroy everything the machine... Oh, okay, so, well, I don't like what... Okay, cool. Oh, okay. Oh, the stage again. So, social anxiety. I guess. Oh! Okay, wow. This is all very thematic, but also very... It's almost like it's not coming from one developer, but at the same time, I have no reason to suspect that it didn't come from a single developer. I'm just gonna... Oh, I can't shoot myself. I'll make sure your work... Okay, yeah, so he's destroying everything.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games.
Yeah.
It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Whoa, I thought so.
So I
thought
started
that
showing
would happen.
Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Put down. No, no. What if can I not shoot him? Okay, I guess I gotta shoot him.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good.
Yeah.
When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy, so beautifully, beautifully happy.
Okay, and then...
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
You don't seem too happy about that, so... Oh, okay, so I don't seem to be missing anything here.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
Okay. Seen a lot of Half-Life 2 assets.
This room
terms of
actually
sound.
has a maze in it.
Oh, wow. Whoa. What? Why was
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable.
Yeah.
The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Yeah, can we, please? Invisible walls. What is this, Undertale? There's that crying
And to be
thing
fair,
again.
It's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable.
Yeah.
Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that would take forever to get through. Hurdy, hurdy, hum, dum, dum, ding, 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 ding. Okay, that crying needs to stop. Seriously, I don't like that sound. I don't like it at all. Jump! And now we're...
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
Yeah.
But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Thank you, please.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
I don't really have much to say. I don't feel...
I just felt so strongly that if I could have
good.
connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own,
Stupid
that I would
stairs.
finally
Get out of my
once
way.
and for
Stop
all
making me
happy.
cry.
It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up?
That's not okay. Whoa. Suddenly we have textures. Dear Davey,
I'm
thank you
the
for your
reason that you
interest.
stopped making games, aren't I? It's because
Oh!
of what I did. I poisoned it for you. I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable. And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself. And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people.
Ooh.
I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean? I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
Ooh, black fog.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Well, damn. That could have been a little more sensitive for me to say, but I what do you say to that? That's heart-wrenching, and I don't know what to say. Whoa, hi, okay. So, oh.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more.
Oh, cool.
It's like a disease.
Like not being happy with one's work and always needing more of that praise?
Solution. I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. But that is a solution that the narrator just drew me into the idea that Coda was depressed so
Even now,
much.
The disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Hate you? I think I would have done the exact same thing as the narrator. Absolutely. If I thought that it would help Coda, then yeah, I would have shown this collection too. Is this like something off of a level builder for Left 4 Dead? Creepy, and probably never ending.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like. What now?
Is this still Coda's work, or?
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Okay, what? Okay, what? You can't just say that you're gonna go someplace and then leave me here and just walk off. You're the narrator. I'm not gonna go through the gates. Eschew gameplay norms or whatever. What do you? This is very Myst-like. But I was saying before, or I wasn't saying before, but I want to add on to what I was saying before. I approach very emotional topics, not with gravitas or gravity, but with comedy. So if I kind of snort and smirk, and it's not because I don't find this to be engaging and important, because this is important. This is what I've struggled with. But to admit it to you guys, to the world basically, is to have that magnifying glass over yourself is so self-referential and exposing that I find it funny. I find it no less important, but it's it's like a sitcom. It's like a movie. It's weird and it's uncomfortable, and it makes it more comfortable for me to laugh about it or to make it funny than to do anything else. This is just so weird. This is so weird. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'll circle back to something while we're walking through this, because this is supposed to be introspective, but I'm not going to keep it in my head. I'm going to share it with you because I'm a Let's Player. That's what I not have to do, but that's what I'm going to do. My work is me. I am my work. So when someone... Weird thunder sounds out of nowhere. So when someone slights my work, even though they may not mean for it to be a slight against me, I put effort into my work. I know it doesn't look like it, and it's like, what are you doing except making music and then recording yourself playing video games? I do put work and effort and time and love into the things that I make and record and produce and all that stuff. And I don't want to go in there because it seems like that's going to be the end of this level. So I am very much attached to my work, and it is my worth, but also I don't do it solely for the sake of creating. Creation for the sake of creating is a big reason of why I do art, period. It's a big reason of why a lot of people do art. But for me, that's not solely it. If I had no one to show my art to, I can't imagine what it would be like. I would have no benchmark for growth. How I would have no one to compare against, and I wouldn't have anything to drive my art beyond teaching myself new things. And there's this thing where you're supposed to die, but you don't, you float. I guess that's a suitable way to end this experience, but okay, can't see anything. I guess that's it. Oh, or not. Oh. See, I'm laughing because it's beautiful. It's a video game! Like, it's not supposed to be beautiful. Or pop culture would have us believe that games can't be beautiful. But this is something that someone made. And yeah, okay, the music's a little ham-handed with the swelling strings and everything, but that's... For R. I'm guessing R is like Coda's real name.
You said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going.
What do you say about this game?
But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles. And you are so tired.
Don't know what to say. I have nothing to say. I'm just gonna let the music play out. I
know that you're
can't.
Strong.
This game struck a lot deeper than I thought it would. I'm gonna put it that way. That this game, yeah.
Turn back.
Yeah. That's it, I guess. Oh, it's kind of glitching into the title there, but whatever. Wow, okay. That was the beginner's guide. I am so glad I played this game. That kind of goes without saying. I wasn't intending for it to be that emotional. But, it was... And I don't have anything intelligent to say about it right now. I think I've said everything that can be said about it without turning it back on my own experiences and making it sound really egotistical. This game, now that I've done a Let's Play of it, I would encourage you all to play it for yourself, because I was just going through it is an experience. So watching it and watching my reaction to it is one thing, but you should go through it yourself. Just put on your cans. If you didn't know what that was, you probably didn't. I'm just, whatever. And just experience it for yourself, because it's powerful. Watching it again is one thing, but actually taking the time to play it, turn the lights off, turn up the music, really experience it. I think that you might enjoy it. And that's all I can say about this. This was less a game and more of an experience. And I don't know if Coda got this stuff. I hope he did. I'm also kind of afraid that he did, but I hope he did. But, yeah. That's left in a very uncomfortable position right now. That was the beginner's guide. Thanks for watching this Let's Play. Write in the comments below what you thought of it, as well as my hackneyed commentary. Also, let me know what games you want to throw my way in the future. Like and subscribe to see more games like this, and I look forward to playing another game with you in the future. Thanks. I'll see you later. Bye.